Hello, my lovely Scorpios. Welcome to your March reading. I've had a very clear message from Spirit that Scorpio is not to have the Fantasy Tarot deck, but I'm to switch to this more traditional deck, which I'm happy about because I like to use this one, but also it's a little tatty because I have had it for a number of years, so my apologies in advance if the cards are a little worn. So Scorpio. Scorpio is our lovely water sign again, and they are they fixed or are they mutable? Scorpio, I'll have to come back to you on that one. My inclination is that they're fixed. But anyway, nevertheless, we will get on with the lovely Scorpio's reading. And we're having our very traditional deck here, the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, and you've got the Three of Cups reversed. Interesting. That's so interesting. So even using a different deck, I'm still getting a lot of the same cards that are coming through for March for the other signs. So that's really cool. That gives me validation that these cards really do work. Yeah, brilliant. We've had the Tower. Oh, wow. Scorpio, I'm loving this for you. So we have three major arcanas. So that's telling me that your March, my lovely Scorpios, is going to be about mystical and really sort of key things going on. It's not a boring everyday month for you. So this is Scorpio is a fixed sign, as I suspected. So Scorpios, that you can be a little resistant to change, you can be a little stuck in your ways, but on the upside you're perseverant and you get projects finished. Yeah, so that is something good. Right, so I think I'm going to deal with these first because I'm really excited that you've got three major arcana in your reading. So the Sun card is number 21. No, it's not. Sorry, it's 19. My apologies. Oh, you've got it reversed as well. So the Sun card, whether reversed or upright, is really positive. You know, the Sun is our life-giving celestial being on this planet. Yeah, so it's all about abundance and nourishment. The Sun card, when we have it, is telling us you're on the right path. The universe is with you. You are divinely supported, yeah? It's about happiness, success and pleasure, self-expression, clarity, vitality. So it is always good, but when we have it reversed, it's slightly dampened. So I'll have the caveat with the Sun in reverse that you may find that there are delays or adjustments needed to get what you want, yeah? So the happiness and the success and the pleasure are all there, but there's some obstacle that you might need to overcome first, yeah? It's kind of this idea of like a 4 out of 5. You know, you were expecting to get your 5 out of 5 and then there's a little, oh, okay. So my advice to you, Scorpio, in March would be do not let it phase you. You know, 4 is still really great. And the fact that the Sun is there is telling you that, you know, the 4 can be worked upon and the 5 is very nearby, you know. Maybe you feel unworthy of the success, respect or attention, so just scrap that from your mind, Scorpio. This is what the Sun in the reverse is telling me, that you could you're getting the accolades, you're getting the 5 out of 5, but in your head you're saying, oh no, like this isn't right, I shouldn't be, how am I, why am I? Don't do it to yourself. It's a silly move. I know you're an emotional water sign and you have these tendencies, but just don't. That's my advice. All right. I'm sorry. So we'll just deal with the fact that it is a 9 card. So 9 is all about the great cosmic quest and the internet and communication, big ideas. Yeah. So if you're in an industry where you need to, you're really trying to like change and bring about revolution, this is telling me that it's within your grasp, yeah, but there are lots of delays and obstacles still to face, but that you are on the right path, my lovely Scorpio. So we've had the Tower as well in a lovely reading. I think Aries, you had the Tower, didn't you? So as you can see, even with a new deck, it's still giving us a very clear indication about what March is about for all the signs. So we've got the Tower in reversed, yeah, and it's number 16, tower. So we, in numerology, we would add the 6 to the 1 to make 7. So the 7 is all about the great, the mystic versus the scientist. Yeah, we're actually in the year of the 7 at the moment, because if you add 2, 0, 2, 3, we get 7. So 2023 is the year of the 7. And the Tower card is about life change, yeah, freedom and upset, but there's upset, freedom that comes after upset, yeah. So it's kind of like, it's a little bit like the death card in that sense, where it's like you've experienced a death, whether that be literal or metaphysical, of either yourself or another. But, and obviously with that comes grief and loss, but it also is an opportunity to begin again, you know. When we die, or when our ego dies, it gives us space for something new. So the Tower is kind of similar. It's like destruction of the old, and a realization and a liberation through realizing something, yeah? So it's about swift and dramatic change. It's a destruction or disruption, but ultimately for the best, yeah? So these two, for me, are very much linked to your life goals. So it's telling you, you might feel like you've had this disruption and you're like, oh, you know, I'm kind of all over the place now and I'm not sure that I'm on the right track. But the sun is telling you, yes, you are, you know, but life isn't perfect and we're not just handing things on a plate. So you need to regroup and maybe reassess the angle, but you're definitely doing the right things and you have the right essence, you know. So it can feel like life is collapsing around you with the Tower, but it's this idea that it needed to. You know, you can't hang on to things that aren't serving you, but it is painful and disruptive to have to let them go. This is a really great reading. I love this for you, Scorpio. I think Scorpio and Aries have been my favourite so far. So this is very much indicating to me this whole Pluto shift that we're having in March. This is telling me that Scorpio is perhaps going to be more affected by the planetary shifts of Saturn and Pluto that we're seeing in March. It's going to impact you more. Spirit's giving me more. Hang on. Yes, all right, lovely. So in the wake of chaos, a new order can grow, I'm being told, yeah? And that is exactly what Saturn moving and Pluto moving is going to bring. The old order is no more. It's being dismantled. So what is going to be in its place, and how do Scorpios and the rest of us ensure that it's something good and something that we're in charge of and that we've heralded? Ooh, okay. So we also have the Temperance card. And the Temperance card is number 14. So we add 4 to 1 and makes 5. So Temperance, so 5 is about change. And the Temperance card is, as the name suggests, it's about not letting our emotions run away with us, not letting our drive and ambition sort of sweep us away. We need to have temperance. We need to weigh up the pros and cons and be logical and rational before we then apply our, you know, our magic and our kind of metaphysical, spiritual, intuitive drives. Before all that, we need to actually have a bit of temperance, yeah? So this makes total sense to me in this order. So, of course, we need to get to the action and the actual sort of application. But before that, it's the Temperance card in the upright is telling us to just reflect and use our logic and rationality and, you know, the very human skills of sort of analysis to ensure that we're doing exactly what's right, yeah, at any one time. And then up here, wow, we've got swords, 3 of swords in the upright and 7 of swords in the upright and 3 of cups in the reverse. So for me, these two are kind of mirroring each other, yeah, because the 3 of cups, again, is very similar to the sun. It's about, when it's upright, it's usually about a celebration, you know, look at that, they're jubilating, they have goblets and their cheers. It's the cheers card, basically. So this is a time of celebration, of success, of comfort, ease. But so when we see it in the reverse, it can suggest a little like the sun, that it's like, you know, it's tempered by something a little, it's not quite the complete celebration that we were hoping for when we see the 3 of cups reversed, yeah? So have a think about what it is that you're doing or how you're approaching something that means you're getting 4 out of 5 and not 5 out of 5 yet? Or is it, again, my lovely Scorpio, that you are with your own mind, you or emotions, you are actually bringing it down to a 5? And can you be more positive and optimistic? We've got the 3 of Swords. This is usually representing loss and heartbreak and betrayal. Yeah, look at this, three swords in the heart. No, thank you. So, my lovely Scorpios, what? Let me know in the comments what this means to you, because overwhelmingly it is a positive. So this is quite the sort of misnomer in this reading. I would suggest maybe it's to do with familial instead of rather than love. You know, when we see swords, it can be more to do with our mental faculties and our thinking minds, as opposed to our feeling center and our hearts. So yeah, it could be like the philosophy or idea that you've based some of your actions on is maybe showing itself to not be quite what you thought, or you know, you aren't aligned with it. I think that's probably where this is coming from for my lovely Scorpios, and not so much a love betrayal or a love loss. And we've got the 7 of Swords, and I love this card because it's such a story card. So this guy, he wants to avoid conflict by carrying away these 5 swords and getting them off the battlefield, but he's sort of rushed and he's only picked up 5, and we can see here that he can hold 3 in each hand, so he could have got 6. So it's a really interesting card, and it's very much open to interpretation. So for you in March, my lovely Scorpios, I would say that this isn't so much about warning you to make sure you get the 6 that you could have got, but it's more about why are you feeling to always be the peacekeeper and always seek conciliation and compromise, rather than have like an out and out confrontation and battle. You know, sometimes that can be what we need, and sometimes that is preferable over this sort of more sneaky like duplicitous sort of conciliatory way of dealing with things. Sometimes it can be better to just say your piece, have it out, have it done, and then, you know, the chips fall where they may, but you've at least expressed yourself and the other person has expressed themselves, and you know, so be it. If that means that the relationship is damaged or that the relationship indeed ends, that's okay. And sometimes I think Scorpios can be a little too you know, too much of a mediator. So that's for you, my lovely Scorps. I hope you enjoyed that, and thank you so much for coming. Love and light.